Welcome back to Coins Tool today. That's right, what if I told you that one specific 1970 penny sold for a jaw-dropping $1.7 million? Buckle up, because today we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1970s Lincoln penny, its history, and how it became so incredibly valuable. Before we get into the juicy details of that million-dollar penny, let's roll back the clock to understand the story behind the Lincoln cent. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin featured a detailed portrait of Lincoln on the obverse side, replacing the long-standing Indian head design. Fast forward to 1959, and the reverse design was updated to feature the Lincoln Memorial, and this version of the penny remained largely unchanged until 2008. But among all the millions of Lincoln pennies struck during these decades, the 1970 Lincoln penny has one incredibly rare version that has become the holy grail for collectors. This is where the story gets fascinating. So, what makes the 1970 Lincoln penny so special? Well, in 1970, millions of pennies were struck at three mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The key here is that S mint mark, indicating that the coin was minted in San Francisco. But not just any 1970 penny with the S mint mark is valuable, it's a specific type, the small date variety. You see, during the minting process, two different dies were used for the year inscription, one with a large date and another with a smaller, more compact date. The small date variety is much rarer than the large date, and this is the version of the coin that collectors and numismatists, yes, that's a fancy term for coin experts, are hunting for. Now, here's where things get really exciting. One particular 1970s small date penny isn't just rare, it's a one-of-a-kind mint error that skyrocketed its value to a mind-blowing $1.7 million. This penny was accidentally struck on a Canadian dime planchet, which is smaller and composed of different metal than a typical US penny. This minting mistake drastically altered the coin's weight and thickness. While most pennies weigh around 3.11 grams, this error coin weighs only 2.7 grams. And because of this unusual and rare combination of factors, small date, mint mark, and the planchet error, this single penny became one of the most sought-after coins in history. In 2010, this very special 1970s penny was sold at auction for a staggering $1.7 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1.7 million for a coin that was originally worth just 1 cent. The auction took place at Heritage Auctions, one of the largest and most prestigious coin auction houses in the world, and the sale made headlines everywhere. It's one of the most valuable error coins ever sold. Now, I know what you're thinking. How can I check my 1970 pennies to see if I might be holding a fortune in my hand? Here's what you need to do. First, make sure the penny has an S mint mark indicating it was struck in San Francisco. You want to look for the small date variety. A telltale sign is that the top of the 9 in 1970 is aligned closely with the 7. On the large date variety, the 9 and 7 are spaced further apart. If your penny feels lighter or thinner than a normal penny, it could be an error struck on the wrong planchet, although these are extremely rare. Even if you don't find a $1 million error coin, don't worry. A 1970s small date penny in excellent condition can still be worth hundreds, even thousands, of dollars to collectors. Now, let's talk about the current market value of the 1970s small date penny. While it's true that one sold for $1.7 million, that was a unique error coin. Most 1970s small date pennies in good condition are worth between $50 and $1,000, depending on their quality and condition. Coins graded by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC with a high grade, say, MS65 or higher, can fetch several $1,000s at auction. As coin collecting becomes more popular and rare coins continue to rise in value, now might be a great time to have your collection appraised. Who knows, you might have a treasure hiding in plain sight. So, there you have it, the incredible story of the 1970 Lincoln penny that's worth more than most houses. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just starting out, this is a great reminder of why paying attention to even the smallest details can pay off in a big way. We're diving deep into the fascinating story of the 1973 Lincoln cent and why this seemingly ordinary coin can be worth a fortune. Whether you're a coin collector or just someone who's curious about rare finds, this video will blow your mind. The Lincoln penny, also known as the Lincoln cent, has been an iconic coin in U.S. currency for over a century. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, this penny has seen several design changes over the years. But no matter the design, it has remained one of the most widely circulated coins in American history. In 1973, the Lincoln penny featured the same design it had for decades, the profile of President Lincoln on the obverse side, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse side, the Lincoln Memorial stood proudly, introduced in 1959 to replace the original design of wheat stalks. When talking about U.S. coins, mint marks are crucial. They tell you where the coin was made. In 1973, Lincoln pennies were produced at three primary mints: Philadelphia, with no mint mark; Denver, with a D mint mark; and San Francisco, with an S mint mark. The mint mark can be found just below the year on the front of the coin. Most 1973 pennies are pretty common, with millions of them produced across all mints. So why is one of these pennies potentially worth $1.8 million? The answer lies in a rare variety that has collectors buzzing. Let's get to the heart of it, the rare 1973 Lincoln penny that's worth a whopping $1.8 million. What makes this penny so valuable? The key to this penny's extraordinary value is not just its date or mint mark. It's an error coin, meaning that something went wrong during the minting process, making this coin one of a kind. This specific penny was struck on a planchet that wasn't made of the typical copper alloy. Instead, it was struck on a silver or aluminum planchet, which is extremely rare for a U.S. cent. These types of errors can happen when the wrong blank, known as a planchet, is accidentally fed into the coining press. Aluminum planchets were actually tested for U.S. pennies in the early 1970s as a potential cost-saving measure, but they were never meant for public circulation. However, a few somehow slipped through the cracks. The existence of this incredibly rare coin wasn't confirmed until it surfaced at an auction. At first glance, the owner didn't even realize what they had; it looked just like any other penny. But upon closer inspection and professional authentication, it was identified as a mint error on an aluminum planchet, which is practically unheard of. In 2023, this rare penny was put up for auction, where bidding reached an astonishing $1.8 million. For collectors, this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to own a piece of minting history. B-roll shot asterisk, footage of an auctioneer taking bids, the final bid being announced, and the crowd's reaction. Now, you might be wondering, do I have one of these rare pennies in my pocket? While it's unlikely, it's not impossible. The aluminum or silver planchet error makes this coin so unique that even one in worn condition could be worth a significant amount. If you're checking your 1973 pennies, keep an eye out for anything unusual, like a different color or weight. A normal 1973 penny weighs about 3.11 grams, but an aluminum planchet penny would be significantly lighter, around 1 gram. If you find a penny that doesn't seem quite right, it's best to have it professionally evaluated. In today's market, regular 1973 pennies with no mint errors typically hold only their face value. However, some well-preserved coins, especially those from the San Francisco Mint, can fetch a few dollars among collectors. But an error coin like the one we're talking about? That's where the big money is. If you think you've got a rare penny on your hands, the next step is authentication. There are several reputable coin grading services, such as PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, that can verify your coin's authenticity and grade it based on its condition. Once authenticated, you could sell your coin through an auction house, where high-end collectors are always looking for rare finds like this one. And who knows? Your penny might just become the next $1 million coin. So there you have it, the story of the 1973 Lincoln penny that could be worth up to $1.8 million. It's a reminder that even the most common objects, like the pennies in your pocket, might hold incredible value. Keep your eyes open and happy hunting. We're diving deep into the fascinating world of coin collecting and numismatics. The Lincoln penny is one of the most recognizable coins in U.S. history, but there's one particular penny from 1978 that has grabbed the attention of collectors worldwide, and its value has skyrocketed to an unimaginable $1.9 million in today's market. But what makes this penny so special? Is it the mint mark, an error, or something else entirely? In this video, we'll uncover the history of the 1978 Lincoln penny, what makes it so valuable, and how it could potentially make you rich if you're lucky enough to own one. The Lincoln penny, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, has been an enduring symbol of American currency. Designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a president's likeness. Over the decades, the penny has undergone changes, from its composition to its design, but the 1978 penny holds a special place due to one very rare and valuable variation. Now, let's get into what makes this 1978 penny stand out among the billions of pennies minted in that era. The truth is, most 1978 pennies you'll come across are worth only face value or slightly more if they're in pristine condition. But, there's one rare version that stands apart, and it's all about the mint mark and a unique error. Mint marks are important in numismatics because they tell us where a coin was produced. The primary mint facilities in the U.S. are Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. In the case of the 1978 Lincoln penny, most were minted at Philadelphia and Denver, but the penny we're talking about today was struck at the San Francisco Mint, marked with the famous S mint mark. So, what's the big deal about this mint mark? In 1978, something unusual happened. A small number of pennies were minted with a rare overstrike, meaning the original mint mark was improperly stamped, creating a unique error that makes these pennies one of a kind. This overstrike is what sets the 1978 Lincoln penny apart. Coin errors are a hot topic among collectors, and the slightest mistake in the minting process can increase a coin's value astronomically. With this penny, the mint mark was double-struck, resulting in a visible S over an S. This error is not only rare but nearly impossible to replicate. Error coins like this one often slip through unnoticed, making it to circulation before being discovered by a sharp-eyed collector. This is exactly what happened with the 1978 penny. It's believed that fewer than 10 of these error coins exist today, and only a handful are in mint condition, making them some of the rarest coins from this era. Now, onto the fun part, just how much is this penny worth? Back in the day, even rare error coins like this would sell for a few hundred or maybe a couple $1,000s. However, with its extreme rarity and the growing interest in rare coins, the value of the 1978 Lincoln penny with the S over S mint mark has skyrocketed. In recent years, one of these pennies fetched an incredible price of $1.9 million at auction. That's right, this humble 1-cent coin, thanks to its rarity and minting error, now holds an almost mythical status in the world of numismatics. And it's not just this one coin. Other examples of this penny have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars in the past, but the current record stands at nearly $2 million. So, how do you know if you have one of these million-dollar pennies? Well, it's not as easy as simply checking the date. You'll need to closely examine the mint mark. If you see an S over an S, or any other signs of a double strike error, you may just have a winner. It's crucial to get your coin verified by a professional. If you think you have a rare error penny, consult a certified numismatist or send it to a professional grading service like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. They can authenticate your coin and assign it a grade, which will further determine its value. Asterisk. So, there you have it, an ordinary 1978 penny that could potentially be worth $1.9 million. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, it's always worth paying attention to the details of your coins. Who knows? You could be holding a treasure in your hands and not even know it. Asterisk. If you enjoyed today's video and want to learn more about valuable coins, hidden treasures, and the world of numismatics, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay updated on future videos. Have any questions or thoughts on today's topic? Drop a comment below and let's talk. Thanks for watching, and good luck on your coin hunt. Asterisk. We're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in U.S. history, the 1990 unnoticed Lincoln cent. What makes this seemingly ordinary penny so valuable? What's its history? And how can you spot one? Let's break it all down. Welcome back to the channel. If you're into rare coins, collectibles, or anything in between, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to stay updated with all our latest content. Now, let's talk about this 1990 penny. It's got a wild backstory and could make someone out there very rich. The 1990 Lincoln cent, also known as a penny, looks like your typical 1-cent coin featuring the image of President Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. But this isn't just any penny we're talking about. What sets it apart? It's the absence of a tiny letter, the S, which should be located under the date. That's right, this particular 1990 penny is called the unnoticed penny, and it's causing quite a stir in the world of coin collectors. In 1990, the United States Mint made an error on a very small batch of proof pennies. Proof coins, if you didn't know, are specially minted coins meant for collectors, often struck multiple times for extra detail. These are usually produced at the San Francisco Mint, which means they should have an S mint mark under the date. But due to an error in the minting process, some of these proof pennies were made without the S mint mark, making them a serious collector's item. So host, narrating what makes this penny so valuable? To understand this, we need to look at the rarity factor. The 1990 unnoticed Lincoln penny was produced in extremely limited numbers, with experts estimating that only around 200 were ever made. When it comes to collectibles, rarity is king. The fewer there are, the more valuable they become. But it's not just the rarity that makes these coins valuable, it's the demand from collectors. Serious numismatists, or coin collectors, will pay top dollar for a flawless or nearly flawless proof coin. In fact, the 1990 unnoticed Lincoln penny is particularly coveted because it's part of the proof set that was released by the U.S. Mint. These coins have been known to fetch a mind-blowing price at auction. In fact, one 1990 unnoticed penny was sold for an incredible $1.6 million. Yes, you heard that right. A penny, worth over $1 million. So, how can you spot one of these rare coins? First, let's make this clear, not every 1990 penny is worth millions. You need to check for one very specific detail. Look under the year on the front of the coin. If you see a tiny S mint mark, you have a regular proof penny from the San Francisco Mint. But if that S is missing, congratulations, you could be holding a 1990 unnoticed penny. To give yourself the best shot at finding one, you'll need to look through proof sets from 1990, as these unnoticed pennies were not put into regular circulation. So, if you have old proof sets lying around, now's the time to dust them off and check. Now, let's talk about the current market value. The record-breaking $1.6 million sale was a bit of a once-in-a-lifetime event, but these coins are still worth an impressive amount. Depending on the condition, a 1990 unnoticed penny can easily sell for tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. A coin in near-perfect condition could fetch anywhere from $50,000 to $150,000. Even lower-graded unnoticed pennies can go for several $1,000s. Not too bad for a penny, right? Okay, so you found a 1990 penny that looks like it might be missing the S. What now? Before you run off to auction, you'll want to have it professionally graded. Coin grading services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, can authenticate and grade your coin based on its condition. A higher grade means a higher value, so getting that official grade is crucial if you want to fetch top dollar. Make sure you use a reputable grading service, as authentication is key when it comes to high-value coins. So, if you're eager to start hunting for rare coins like the 1990 unnoticed penny, where should you look? First, check any proof sets you or your family might have stored away. Estate sales, flea markets, and online auctions are also great places to find older proof sets that might contain hidden treasures. Just remember, patience is key. Not every coin hunt will yield $1 million find, but the thrill of the search is part of what makes it so much fun. So, there you have it. The 1990 unnoticed Lincoln penny is one of the most valuable and fascinating coins in modern history. If you're lucky enough to come across one, it could change your life. But even if you don't, the world of coin collecting is full of exciting finds and hidden gems. We're diving deep into the fascinating history of the 1992 close AM Lincoln penny, and I'll explain exactly why it's worth so much, what makes it different, and how you might be sitting on a hidden fortune. The Lincoln penny, first introduced in 1909, has a long history in U.S. coinage. For more than a century, the image of President Abraham Lincoln has been stamped on billions of 1-cent coins, making it one of the most common and recognizable coins in circulation. However, not all pennies are created equal. While most pennies are worth just a fraction of a dollar, a select few can be worth thousands, even millions, of dollars due to minting errors or rare variations. One such penny is the 1992 close AM Lincoln penny. In 1992, the U.S. Mint produced pennies in two different locations, Philadelphia, marked with a P, and Denver, marked with a D. Typically, these pennies feature a design on the reverse side, showing the Lincoln Memorial with the letters AM in America clearly separated by a small gap. But in a rare twist of fate, some 1992 pennies were accidentally produced with what collectors call a close AM, where the letters A and M in America are almost touching. This tiny error is what has made this coin so valuable today. So, what's the deal with this close AM error? Normally, 1992 pennies should feature a wide AM spacing. As you can see here, on a regular penny from that year, the A and the M in America are separated by a noticeable gap. However, the mistake occurred when the reverse die used for proof pennies, which were supposed to have a close AM design, was accidentally used on circulation pennies. This led to a few rare pennies with the close AM design being released into the public. Now, the difference might seem tiny, almost unnoticeable to the naked eye, but in the world of coin collecting, this kind of mistake is incredibly rare and valuable. To give you an idea, out of billions of pennies produced in 1992, only a handful have been discovered with this error. Alright, so we know that the close AM error is rare, but why exactly is this 1992 penny worth as much as $1.5 million? Let's break it down. The first reason is rarity. Only a few 1992 close AM pennies have been found, making them incredibly scarce. Rarity always drives up the value of collectibles. Next is demand. There's a huge community of coin collectors, called numismatists, who are constantly searching for rare and error coins to add to their collections. When a penny this rare shows up, collectors are willing to pay a premium. The condition of the coin also plays a big role in its value. A 1992 close AM penny in mint condition can fetch far more than one that's been heavily circulated. For example, a near-perfect condition penny, graded as MS-67 by coin grading companies, sold for nearly $26,000 in 2017. But in 2022, one of the highest quality 1992 close AM pennies was listed with a price tag of up to $1.5 million. So, how much is a 1992 close AM penny worth today? Well, it depends on a few factors: its condition, its mint mark, and whether it has been professionally graded. In top condition, a 1992 close AM penny can easily sell for anywhere between $25,000 and $1.5 million, as we've mentioned earlier. Now, before you get too excited and start checking every penny in your pocket, remember that this price applies only to the rarest, most well-preserved coins. Still, it's worth taking a look at your spare change. Who knows? You could be holding on to a small fortune. So, how do you know if you have a valuable 1992 close AM penny? It's simple. Here's what you need to do: look at the year of the penny. It should say 1992 or 1992 D for Denver. Flip the coin over to the reverse side, and zoom in on the word America. If the and M in America are very close together, almost touching, you may have found the rare close AM penny. The difference between the close AM and the wide AM can be very subtle, so it's a good idea to use a magnifying glass to examine the coin closely. If you think you found a close AM penny, the next step is to send it to a professional grading service, like PCGS or NGC, to have it authenticated and graded. This will give you an accurate idea of its value. So, there you have it. The story of how a humble 1992 penny could be worth over $1.5 million due to a tiny, rare error. It just goes to show that treasure can sometimes be found in the most unexpected places. If you're a collector, or even if you've never thought about coin collecting before, now might be the perfect time to start checking your spare change and searching through those old coin jars. Who knows, you might be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more coin collecting tips and fascinating stories, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. And if you have any rare coins of your own, drop a comment below and let us know. We'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy hunting.